Hello, thanks for dropping in. I am putting together or reassembling a 1541 and a screw dropped inside and I could not get it out. So I had to take the case off. And I hate that because then getting the screws back in position to put the case back in, that's a whole other thing because there's no room. So you really have to use pliers to line them up. And I'm not going to screw them in tight because sometimes you just got to tweak a bit. So these are needle nose pliers, and I'm going to be extra careful because I do not want to have to do that again. Chances are the screw, there we go, that was in the bottom of the drive never would have made any difference. Chances are. But what's going on here? It's not really. Is that going in? Oh, I guess it is. Okay. It's not really great when you're handing somebody something that they might want to be buying and you hear a rattle inside. It just isn't great. So I am with great care putting these screws into the holes. Oh yeah, you know what? That's not helping. Maybe this one. It's good to have good lighting. Okay, so I can see this one. Now the little wire that goes to the LED is kind of in the way. Above all, if this screw should waver, there we go, or any of them, I want to be able to get them out gracefully without having them fall down underneath. Okay, so that's 3. Okay. 3 to go. Now these are, remember, these are being twisted into, 39 or 40-year-old plastic. So once again, don't reef on them. And I suppose the thing would be if one screw really doesn't want to go in, like if the tower is ruined, just leave it out. Almost there. Just 1 to go. 1 to go. Just 1 more. Now this one, oh my, the power cord that brings power from the power supply to the circuit board is challenging. It's in. For recording, indirect light is best. When you really need to see, direct light is a good thing. Okay, so here we have a 1541. That is working and happy, and it's in the prettiest case available. Excellent. Although there's still, I do have to do a little cleaning on the bottom. So the screws for the case. There are 4 of them. And it's funny, I'm going to take this one out. 4 of them, I guess from one of these drives, have little washers. And the other ones don't. So I'm going to put back in the ones with the little washers. Why? Well, why? Oh, yeah, right. Why not? So once again, that is seeming to be going on longer than it should, because it is not centered in the hole. There we go. That feels better. Okay, just snug. Snug. All right. Ta-da! So this endlessly spins is not up to date for this drive. It is not. I suppose, by the way, putting these things away and not having the batteries fall out is a challenge. But I have done it. So I guess the last thing I should do is, well, I need to tidy this up a bit, just a little on the bottom, but it looks pretty good, is plug it in, move the pliers, move the power supply things, turn this on and hear that it will, good, do its thing, grab a Commodore 64, plug it in, power, monitor, disk drive, into the serial port, which will run the disk drive, of course. Alright, just need a little space here. Turn this on, and that is on. And eventually, something will happen. So I'm going to, because I know what's on here, of course I have to type properly, I'm just going to load perf asterisk, comma 8. I'm going to take the blank disk, I'm going to type, run. And let it run. I suppose the other thing I might do, just to give the disk a little torture, because certainly I wouldn't want it to fail is there was the little program on the performance test disk that was also, it would go and check a disk, and it takes a long time. So, maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe. Right now, the performance test is running. I've done everything I can do. I'm suspecting now I need to start a new bin or something. I need to rescue these chips because they work. And they're fine. The circuit board has some issue. There are lots of other supporting cast members besides the main socketed 7 chips. And I could look through diagnostics and see. It's possible this board could be saved, but it may be that it is saved by somebody besides me. Because you know what? I've got a lot of 1541s. I do. So this may be a project for somebody else who wants to tinker. One thing I should have remembered is sometimes it's a lot easier to get chips out when the circuit board is in the disk drive. It is. I'm quite surprised the way, well, I'm surprised and I'm not, I mean, these failures happen. But most of the time, the failures that I have found in 1541s are either a main chip or, like if the actual head, the read-write head goes bad, there's not much to be done but get another drive. Alright. Always a challenge. Come on. Come on. Okay, so all the chips are out. I need to put this in somewhere that I don't forget what it is. And the drive has passed the test. So I think what I will do is I will load the directory, which is load, quote, $, quote, $8. Keeping in mind, when you do that, if you've been writing a program, it's gone. So we're going to do a check, load, check disk, $8. And then, after taking the test demo disk out, I will type in, I already typed in run. I have a blank disk in there. And it is now going to check. And it will take, perhaps an hour. Alright, well that is the saga of the Vic-1541. In the end, lots of good chips, 1 suspected board, 2 good power supplies, 2 good drive units, and 1 case that has considerable yellowing. I will probably take a magic eraser to this, but once again, this may be something that I pass on to somebody else. It might be. Alright, this is going to work. I am now happy and secure in the knowledge that this drive is good. And now I will will torture it. So thanks for coming. It is much appreciated. Comments and questions, always welcome. Bye for now.